which is good. I guess we'll just keep going for platinum here. Alrighty. Hello, Parker. You just had to join. He knows. He knows, everyone. He knows there's hell to raise. Yes, yes, you do. What are you saying? What is your deal? Want to fight? He doesn't have a response to that. Oh, yes, he does. I'm playing video games, Parker. Oh. Parker. Forgot to change the difficulty. Parker, please. Don't bump the mic. Okay, you have to get down now. There you go. I really wish this game would save which freaking difficulty you want to play on. I have to change this absolutely every single time. Hey, Torax. Wow, I've streamed this like 5 times. Actually, more than 5 times, I think. Hold on. Yes, Parker. Yes, 5 times, that's right. Sorry, Parker's giving me lip. I'll just stream this beautiful side mission from the beginning, so you can see the amazing story. Actually, this is probably a bad first impression because Katsuragi has Katsuragi is actually one of only like 3 characters that are actually perverts in the series, despite what a lot of people think. That's right, Parker. It's just 3. Katsuragi's whole deal is she is major lesbian in town and she likes boobs because, I mean, how can you not? Really? I don't know. Their actress is so into it. This is the revelation right here. This is how the plot expands. Ah, oh, Katsuragi, no. That's no way to live. Ah, oh, stream health, no. Why do you do this? Are we having stream health issues? I don't know why my stream said, like, YouTube is whining about stream health. See, this is the trap you can fall into, my friends. You think so much about boobs, you just forget about everything else, and that's no good. Your laugh is so good. Squeak. Actually, I don't think I bothered getting them quite yet. I haven't played this game much since launch, so, well, I played it before launch. I beat the game in Japanese, and I didn't want to get the DLC characters. I'll get the DLC characters after I'm done with probably the Platinum. I haven't played this in a long time. Forget how to play Katsuragi. Oh, leveled up. That's one annoyance in this game. Leveling up fills up your special meter. So it's basically easy mode if you happen to level up, which is annoying. Yes, it is, Parker. Thank you for your backup commentary. Oops, I skipped the very end of that. They always do cool poses after the end of the transformation. So you just use your imagination. I actually streamed just yesterday, but you must have missed it. I posted the VOD, but yeah, I'm trying to stream again. Yes, Parker. Yes, I'm streaming. Yes. Don't you give me your access? Can you hear him? I hope you can hear him. Parky, Parky, please. Parky, Parky, calm yourself. That's coffee. You don't want to drink that. They have expert tier camera angles in this game. Very good. Yeah, seriously, they do some really, they know their craft, and they do it very well. The animations, camera angles, everything's just very smooth and showy in this. Yeah, there's some crossover, something like Battle Vixens or some crap, some anime thing. Yeah, licensing issue. I'm so glad that in Shinobi versus, these side missions dialogue would loop over again every time any sort of cutscene occurred, like a special attack or anything. And that doesn't happen anymore, and it just improves everything so much. There's so many little enhancements, or big enhancements, this has over Shinobi Versus. So if you've only played the one game that's on Steam, there's a lot of improvements coming up. Crap. It has the best secret scroll location. Parker, you're gonna bump things on the keyboard, aren't you? I need to lock the keyboard, don't I? Parker, please. Alright, there we go. Are you guys hearing me? I don't see any... I'm always paranoid. I see the mic audio thing go. Pretty sure the mic... Fine, but... Okay, hold still. Hold off, for Pete's sake. Get up, cat. I always forget to use the level 5s. Parky, please. There you go. I only have 5 things. Ah, you jerk. So you have invincibility frames while you're doing your super, so quick way to dodge it. Someone else's super. Calling the bombs bombshells is a cute little in-theme thing there. Katsuragi has finally understood it. Katsuragi is actually fairly low level. I think like first one, these always start out easy. But hard is actually kind of hard in this game, assuming the levels line up properly. But they often don't, which is kind of a problem in pretty much every beat 'em up with levels. It's pretty annoying. I wish all beat 'em ups that have a leveling system would have a difficulty that is always hard, or like reasonably hard, even when you're level 9, you know, max level. I know nothing about One Piece, or almost any sort of like shonen anime, really. I play anime games, but I don't really, not really interested in the, you know, actual anime, I suppose you would say. I just don't like passive entertainment of pretty much any kind. Like, I don't watch movies, I don't, I haven't read too much since high school, really. I have some manga and stuff, but, even have some books from way back when to still read, but haven't. I actually like Senran Kagura more than I like most Musuos. I played Dragon Quest Warriors, and that was not for me. As soon as a boss unit appeared, and it just sits there and takes 18 billion hits, and wasn't for me. This is more like a 3D beat 'em up. It has the Musuo-ish, you know, swarms of enemies. I'm under leveled, so I'm constantly getting level ups as I go through these guys, and that means I keep getting full scroll refills. Makes things a little easier than they should be. It just has the big hordes of enemies. It doesn't really have the map control elements or any of that crap from Musuo games, and I don't actually really like that stuff, so I'm fine with that. How do I dash again? Nope. Got Yagyu. Oh crap! Oh crap! Where is she? Where'd she land? No! Aw. Yeah, I played the Senran. I have both of the DS games. I don't like them as much, especially the first one. The resolutions, or not the resolution, the frame rate's pretty erg. There we go. Just barely managed to get Yagyu before she transformed. Yeah, the DS games are more like 2D brawlers, so the third one, or the second one, has a bit more 2D to it, or 3D to it. Getting all my Ds mixed up. Calm down, Yozakura. Do you have a charge attack? Yeah, the original Senran Kagura for DS is just really simple, and only the boss fights entertain me at all. The regular enemies are so boring to fight, and there's just bleh. And I also don't really like the super limited cast the DS games have. I like almost all my favorite characters are actually in the Versus games, so the DS stuff does not do much for me at all. Ah, stop that. Surprising how much the game feel improved when they changed how they did the cutscenes for these super attacks. It's so much smoother now that it's like they mix the cutscene and the gameplay, so it's like all smooth and stuff. In the original, or in Shinobi Versus, you would watch a little cutscene, and then they would basically perform the same actions they did in the cutscene in the actual game, and it was just pretty silly. Oh crap. Okay, stop that. Oh, how did that not hit? What was that? Some people actually do prefer the DS, the 3DS Senran Kagura game, so I mean, I guess it depends what you like. It has more of the story, like it has the main storyline, but main storyline isn't really a major draw. It's more about the characters than the story, so I'll pick the game with more characters and more focus on characters. Thank you very much. Ah, oh, nice! I actually canceled their super. You can do a KO before a transformation. They, though I actually, Yozakura had already transformed. You just have to be quick. They'll do a burst and then immediately transform, but you have you have like a second when their health is low to finish them up. It's really impressive that this game did not originally have a lot of the subtitles in Japanese, even when you have subtitles on. They actually went and added all of the in-game, in-battle subtitles so that you could actually understand what things are in the localization. So XE did a really good job here. I am actually pretty disappointed that P-Cube ended up doing the localization for Valkyrie Drive, the Vita game. They, I don't know, they might be good too, but I'm more familiar with Xseed, and Xseed always does a pretty great job. Their PC port's a little iffy, but every Japanese company, well, every Japanese, it's more about probably the Japanese company than the localization company when the PC port's not up to snuff. But basically, Japanese games on PC are still a crapshoot, which is unfortunate. More of them are coming over, which is good, but let's just waste this. I was a little too conservative in the Japanese release with level 5, so I decided to... I like to use them more now, and whenever you level up, you get it back. You get your scrolls back, so... Since I'm under-leveled, it's not really a concern that I'll run out of scrolls. Which, funny enough, means that because my level is low, I actually have an easier time. I kind of wish they had a hard mode where that didn't happen. So. In fact, that would probably be one of my biggest complaints, is that I would like the game to be harder than it is. On the plus side, I usually don't see games that actually increase the aggressiveness of AI as you raise the difficulty. This game does that to a great extent. On easy mode, they're basically brainless, standard Musou enemies that barely attack. Can I play as Asuka? I think I've already done her story. How do I get in this? There we go. These things are fun. You don't see these at all in the story. I guess they're too silly. But there's actually a few game elements and levels you don't see until you play the Shinobi Girl's Heart missions. Yeah, I've already played Asuka's story, I think. I'm just going for platinum, basically. Tetsurugi is a very deep character. I'm being heard, right? Like, sorry to be paranoid, but check real quick here. How do I pause? There we go. Check real. Okay, yeah. Oop. Get rid of that. Yeah, you should really lock on before you do certain supers. So we hit her anyway. Oh, hey, Johnny boy. The first 20 minutes of any stream of mine is just me worrying about the audio or frame rates or whatever. So I haven't really had many issues, and one really cool thing, I mentioned this last stream, but I'm actually going to be moving all of my streaming and all of my recording actually over to a second PC that'll capture over HDMI. So no matter whether I'm recording console or PC stuff, aw, damn it. All of my settings will be the same, so there should be a lot less issues where, the sound is too loud for a certain game or anything, because it's always going to be capturing the same HDMI feed. And I've actually had some games screw up my audio and stuff, or resolution or whatever, and stop capturing. That won't be an issue once I capture over HDMI. Feels kind of silly to record it that way, but it has a ton of advantages actually, and it means that if a game somehow used 100% of my CPU, I could still record perfectly fine. That's not really a problem, it's usually the GPU that's a problem, but it's not that. Oh. Suka has, or Haruka has no chill. This summer sucks, let me say. I know this is a game about summer, but this summer sucks. I hate it. I would like to request additional spring instead. Just a note, the whole game isn't like this. Katsuragi is, I would say, well, along with Riona, she's the biggest pervert in the game. Most of the other characters' stories, they're equally stupid, but they have their own quirks. Which character is the worst? Haruka is pretty bad. She ruins an entire chapter of this game. So I think in this game particularly, Haruka is probably the worst. Minori in general, I hate the most, probably. She does this whole, like, little kid theme thing, except she's, like, mid-late. She's, like, 16 or something, but she acts like she's, like, 10. And she's really annoying, and I don't like her voice. I don't like her face. I don't like her attack. She's not even fun to play as. Hibari, and somebody else already has the dumb, cutesy girl gimmick. Hibari does basically everything Minori does without the whole pedo undertones and without being just terrible. So, Minori just feels completely unnecessary. Haruka I don't like, but she's the, she's the pervert sadist character that's, I don't really like her either, but she at least fills her niche properly. I don't like Minori's, you know, theme. I don't think it needs to be in this game. Bleh. There's really not too many characters I dislike. It's really just the ones I mentioned. Haruka, Minori, Hibari I kind of don't like, but I mean, she's not too bad for what her character is. I mostly don't like that they have this whole unrequited relationship thing going on with her and Yagyu, and it's like, it's just kind of mean to Yagyu at this point. Because Yagyu really likes her, and she's just a dumbass. Hibari is a dumbass, and that's her whole character, but still. And it's just the sort of thing where Japanese games kind of like to do this thing where, you know, lesbian relationships aren't allowed to go all the way. They just sort of, you know... I keep pressing down instead of up to do the targeting thing. It just feels like they don't want to, you know, have a completely healthy, formal lesbian relationship, and that's just dumb. Ikaruga here is a very good character. Murakumo is mostly good, but has major problems. I think Murakumo would be a really good character if they didn't take her mask off, like, literally every time she shows up. She has like major shyness, and she freaks out when her mask is off. But she's really super badass when her mask is on. And they take her mask off, like, every single fight, and it really ruins the whole badass persona, and it doesn't really feel like a good, representation of a shy character. Ikage here is pretty great too. She is Snek. Snek is beautiful. Everyone's quiet today. Everyone, well, there's a lot of different locations the shinobi scroll can come from, like Ikaruga's armpit scroll. She's much too proper to have the cleavage scroll that is fairly standard. Calm down, Katsuragi. Though some people would tell you that Katsuragi is the worst, I can see why some people wouldn't like her. I think even if you hate Katsuragi, you should hate Haruka more. She's like basically the same but worse. Ikage's whole thing is she just doesn't give a fuck. Ikage is very good. Any scroll thingy? Alright, you can kick these boulders at people. You need a strong attack. Ah. It feels really weird when I stream this game. Like it, there's no continuity or anything at all. It feels weird because I usually do, you know, the VODs and I start from the beginning of the game. You know, if you watch all of them, you get all of the game that I've played pretty much. Agia. I mean Yagyu? Her ice attack is pretty annoying. I don't think anyone's really too broken in single player. I've heard some complaints in multiplayer. I don't really care about multiplayer. I would like to play the, there's some, like, cooperative tower defense mode. I'd really like to get some people together to play that sometime. You have this game, right, Johnny Boy? SP? I'd like to get 4 people together sometime and play that. Maybe on stream, maybe not. Like, I just want to play it, but I would like to stream it. It sounds pretty cool. I just don't really like playing with randos. I'm pretty sure, I know a decent enough amount of people to play this. Johnny Boy SP, do I have you on Discord, right? It'd be easiest to, you know, discuss stuff like that over Discord. Get some people together. Come on. Should have KO'd someone. Go. It's asleep. Alright, I guess I just haven't seen you on much. Love those poses at the end of the attacks. They do a lot of really good animations in this. Oh, you have it, Tarax? Ah. Yep, being busy happens. The reward symbol, or the, like that gold B, that used to be a Japanese symbol that was like completely inscrutable, so and they kept sort of the font, they kept the intent of the font, so very good localization detail there. Some of the other stuff that's Japanese, they just wrote over in English so you could see, you know, the stylized original Japanese because of the theming. I think they made some really good decisions in terms of font and how they deal with some of the Japanese stuff. Like, see that Katsuragi there? There's really no way to make it the English quite the same as the Japanese there, so they just kind of include both. I think it works pretty well. I should do a Frantic sometime. I usually don't use Frantic. I don't know. I don't keep track of who subscribes to me. Oh, Kafuru time. Kafuru is one of my favorites. Unfortunately, I think I probably already did her story, so I probably can't do hers. Oh, by the way, does anyone have the Shinobi Versus on Steam? Is it a good port? I probably won't buy it until it's like super cheap, but I was wondering how good of a port they did. I usually end up playing games like this, you know, on whatever console they come out on first. I don't like to wait for ports. For one thing, it helps me get its videos out first. For another thing, I'm just not patient. And a lot of times the PC ports have issues, and it's just safer to go ahead and get the console thing. Plus, I love physical copies, and you'd never get the physical copy with PC. There's some like AAA PC game, like Western PC games, you can get, but like I actually got the Oblivion or the Elder Scrolls Anthology physical copy recently. But even when PC games have physical, it just doesn't feel quite the same because there's no. No, it just feels less like a library. It's just a ton of games. After all the story content, I think the side stories are pretty good. You know, they're more focused on humor, and they're not as, you know, they're not as deep as the side stories in the in Shinobi Versus, because in Shinobi Versus it was a lot more about backstory and stuff. But actually, no, the side stories are really more humor still in that one too. You can always tell when a bunch of people spawn, because it's pretty much the only time the game has frame drops is when a bunch of people spawn in. I can't really fault the game too much for that. I do wish it wasn't limited on, originally releasing for the Vita kind of hurts this. Well, I mean, it wasn't originally for the Vita, like, they had to keep the Vita in mind, which means in all the story stuff, there's at most 4 characters at once, so you can't do, like, one character versus the whole enemy team, which actually happens story-wise several times. So, that's an unfortunate limitation. And, there's a bunch of story, or DLC fights, I think they're like free DLC, where you basically just, you know, it's a bunch of you versus a whole enemy team thing, but you never get 1 versus 5 or anything, like, super one-sided, so that's kind of a shame. And if you get this game, I would definitely recommend getting the PS4 version. It's got, you know, it's 1080p, 60 frames per second, very smooth. It looks really good. The Vita version I've heard has some issues, but it's mostly just doesn't feel as good when you got, you know, much lower res, lower frame rate, longer loading times. Loading times are almost instant in the PS4 version. They are not instant in on Vita. Oh, speaking of the, this game's only $50 for the, like, fancy physical edition that has, like, an art book, the soundtrack, and everything. It's $50 on Amazon right now. I think I have that open in a tab. I could probably toss a link if I can even put a link in my own chat in YouTube. I'm not sure if I can. I will try. Okay, for real. She is the best. She's one of the best. Where is Kagura? There you are. Come here. Aw, oh, I got stuck on the pole. This is a Steam thread discussing the port's quality. That sounds bad. I mean, you don't tend to make threads discussing a good port. Though you kind of should, you know, talk about the good as much as the bad, but generally no news is good news. Speaking of PC ports, I got a review copy of what is it? Akiba Strip, and I actually, it crashed so much that I could not actually, like, play it for review. That sucked. I'm not sure if they ever fixed that or not. I didn't really keep up with it. It seemed alright, but it seemed like it would get repetitive really fast. And it also seemed like the easy mode was, like, the vastly superior gameplay option. It's like, it would be way less repetitive in easy mode. Get down. Why isn't the lock-on working so well? There we go. Oh crap, close. No! I love her little smirks. So good. I also love her weapon. Everybody's fighting with swords and stuff, and she's got water pistols, but she kicks exactly as much ass as everyone else. So. Excuse you. Fortunately, a bit annoying to fight because of her ranged attacks. Pardon me. Aw, oh, come on. For some reason, her AI in particular really loves to spam that. Ah. Excuse you? There is no way you have that much super energy. What is your... What are you doing? Stop that right now. Okay. There we go. I swear the AI just has infinite SP sometimes. Wait. Get back here. There we go. There's no such thing as too much smug, my friend. She also has weird irises, or weird pupils that are never explained. That's right, Katsuragi. So many good poses in this. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Finally uncovered the truth. Very important revelations. Stevens will experience sorrow as long. Maybe times we all want to escape from something, but there are rewards when we go on living. Tears dry, the smiles will be waiting. That's why everyone wants to live. Go on living no matter what. Go on living and you will smile again. Don't give in to sorrow. Don't give in to pain or discomfort. Do your best. Always do your best, every day. And one more thing. One more message for everyone. Boobs go boing boing, butts go jiggle jiggle. Beautiful. Beautiful. I don't know why this credits thing is so low res. Or not low res, frame rate. I keep mixing up my frame rates and my res tonight. Hold on, I need to turn this fan up more. It is boiling alive over here. Recording is always harder in the summer because I have to wear headphones and how do I skip you? And you know, can't have the air conditioner on. D? Oh, whatever. I guess it was because I waited for frickin' 18 hours for Kefuru to stop spamming that one attack. These should really autosave. I can't believe they've gone 4 games, and there's only linear progress. Like, there's never a point. Like, there's no points of no return, or like branching paths or anything. There's no reason for this game not to autosave. It's pretty annoying. So yeah, the next story will not be as pervy as Katsuragi's. Probably. We happen to have. We're not gonna do Haruka. Unless she's all I have. Let's go with Renka. Right, online. I don't really like playing online. For one thing, that's not gonna help me get my platinum, which is mostly why I'm playing. Playing because I like it, but I want the platinum before I bother with the DLC or anything silly. It does nicely ask you if you want to save at least, but it should really be automatic. And you can do manual saves with autosaves. I mean, they're not mutually exclusive. Alright, let's do a frantic. In frantic mode, you deal more damage and you have infinite combos, but you also take significantly more damage. So it's like a glass cannon mode. Oh, I know you can platinum without touching online. That's why I'm playing all the side story stuff. I think it's almost... I think I might have a couple of stray trophies that aren't related to the side stories, but it's almost all of it. There's so many good faces in this, too. The story cutscene stuff is a little lower quality in terms of the facial animation stuff, like especially the talking animations are just really bad in those, but the in-game stuff is really, really damn good. What is your level 5? I have actually not used a ton of the level 5 stuff in this game yet. Sure, that would have been more impressive if I was hitting a character that had a visible health bar. These Yeti things are jerks. They have 1 billion HP. They're actually pretty interesting, though. They, when you strip them, they, like, this is what was inside that Yeti suit, that girl there with the... She uses the horns as, like, as daggers. So their playstyle totally changes. It's pretty neat. Hello, Plutia X Perut. Why does only YouTube watch my Senran Kagura streams? Everyone's scared on Twitch, I guess. This is not banned on Twitch, by the way, despite what some people believe. It was banned for like 1 week because they thought it was a visual novel. Which is kind of funny because now social eating TM is allowed, but they used to ban visual novels for not being enough of a game. It's silly. It's not a visual novel and it's not banned. My main character, I don't play online, so I don't really have a main. My favorite characters are, I would say, Ikaruga, Yozakura, Riona is probably my single favorite. Kafuru is great. I like 1/4 of the cast as my favorites. Shiki's great. Since you change characters all the time in the story, I don't really have a main. I just go with, you know, whoever, and I enjoy almost every character. I actually kind of like that. Which keeps buffering. Yeah, that's an issue people have. I'm not sure there's anything I can do about that on my side. If you have Twitch issues, try the YouTube stream. It's usually it's usually better. I don't know what the deal is. I put Twitch on that reduced latency mode, and maybe I should turn it off if it. No, I think I'm supposed to do this for more of a distance. That was a complete waste of 5 bars. Yeah, it may well just be Twitch. I have issues watching people too sometimes. Aw, come on. Hibari is another one that likes to spam. For Pete's sake. Some people get really freaked out that the supers have invincibility in this game. I don't mind that. I just mind that the AI sometimes just spams the same move, like, way too many times in a row, and they shouldn't have that much meter. Like, there's no way she has, like, the 6 meters she's used. That's my only complaint about how the AI uses that stuff. Come on, like, there's absolutely no way she had built up that much meter, even if she started off with, like, 5 meter. Which, as a player character, I do not. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'll cover it, like... But yeah, I did a couple streams of Sega Hard Girls in Japanese, actually. But, I'll try to do a review. Streaming and written stuff are 2 areas where I've sort of not done what I was hoping I would do. Like, I'm not in practice, so I want to do a written review, but, like, I haven't even gotten to my Mega Dimension full review yet. so I'm not sure I'll be up to it. But I'll definitely cover it in some way. It's pretty good. My final opinion of it depends a great deal on the actual writing. Especially after the Blanc game, because Blanc's game had probably the worst, no, definitely the worst writing and localization in the series, which is a very big concern. I'm really hoping it's a one-off, but I can't help but be a little concerned after that. She's so helpful. If somebody has a problem, just beat them up until they stop complaining, you know? They solve problems. I love her lightning bolt Ahoge, by the way. I should get a review copy of Sega Hard Girls, so I should have coverage whenever. I'll probably live tweet it for one thing. If you don't follow me on Twitter, I'm just at SirTapTap. I tend to live tweet certain games I play, and I've been meaning to use hashtags more so you can mute or follow as you choose. I also post Parker pictures and general gaming hot takes and stuff. Poor Yozakura. I'm gonna solve their problems by beating all of them up, aren't I? Also nice that she has her own drums for earrings. Character design in this series are really great. I actually got the art book, or what was it, like Design Bible or something. I haven't actually gone through it quite yet. As you can see, every time I level up, I get my full, all bars of meter, and it's pretty overpowered. It's kind of fun to just spam moves, but on the other hand, it kind of destroys the intended difficulty. It's frustrating. But I mean, there's always the online if you want something properly challenging, though I've heard some characters are pretty unbalanced online. I just played a single player myself. Did anyone know if, like, the Japanese impressions of Sega Hard Girls were Neptunia versus Sega Hard Girls, like the writing and stuff? I've actually heard that Neptunia's writing is better in English than it is in Japanese. Like, it's considered funnier because they add jokes and stuff. Which, after playing Blanc game, like, I kind of wonder if that wasn't a more direct translation than usual, which is why it sucked. So there's a lot of really dry stuff in there, and there's a lot of extremely repeated jokes that are not funny, and I enjoy some elements of that game, but the writing was definitely not top tier. Oh yeah, I saw the Sonic. I was watching almost all of that Sonic stream. My ears kind of regretted it because they had major issues. Also, don't let anyone tell you this game has bad boob physics. It has cartoony boob physics. They actually tweak the jiggle physics every game, and you can tell they go on for different feels each time. Like, it's a bit more realistic in Senran Kagura 2 compared to this game, but I actually kind of like the floaty, sillier stuff. But I would say this game probably has the best boob physics of the series in terms of amusement. They're a bit more realistic and meh in 2. And they're pretty actually bad in SK2. They're kind of whatever. Yeah, the audio guy. Yeah, I saw the audio guy with the full issue on the situation. Sucks to be them, I guess. I don't know. I feel for them, but at the same time, I'm kind of amazed that a company like Sega managed to have a screw up that big. But Sonic Mania looks great. I'm hoping Sonic 2007 will be great too. It's not Adventure 3, it's not any kind of sequel, but I would actually be totally good with Sonic Adventure 3 myself. I do not like this level 5 at all. It, you have to use it from a range, which is... The whole story here is that Renka is absolutely horrible at solving problems. Trip to the Necrodancer? Probably not. Well, I don't know. Hold on, I need to catch up with chat here. Holy shit, how is this not banned on Twitch? Oh, and hello, Paul, by the way. This game is rated M, so, I mean, it's perfectly safe for all of the kiddies. And is not banned on Twitch or anything. They have a specific ban list. They actually, I have a bone to pick with Twitch's ban list for, they banned Radiator 2 on Steam, which probably would be, you know, adults only, but, I don't like their policy on that. They already have a goddamn feature to, keep the kiddies out of streams, so I really don't think they need to be going into the business of saying specific games are banned. You know, they can ban crap like hatred, I don't really give a shit about that, but, you know, banning non-offensive depictions of sex, like you know, illegal depictions of sex, I mean, that's bullshit. There's no reason a game like Radiator 2, which is, you know, compilation like that is, you know, it's depicting consensual sex in, you know, a fairly serious manner, you know, it's not... You know, it's not even a pervert game. Like, I'll admit, you know, this is a lot... There's a lot of pervy stuff in this. I don't think that should be banned either. But Raider 2 is, like... It's closer to art game than, you know, perv game. And banning that... Anyway, there's a blog post the developer of Radiator 2 put up about it that he talks about it better than I will, off the top. So. I'm pretty bleh on Twitch's... How did that not hit? Policies with that stuff. Though they seem to be getting more lenient, like, they quietly stopped banning visual novels, haven't they? What do I think about Galgun? No light gun, or no PS Move, no sale from me. I played the demo, and there was no PlayStation Move support, and I stopped playing. Like, the PlayStation 4 supports the PlayStation Move. They already released a version of that game, you know, the PlayStation 3 version with PS Move. It's a railgun game. It should have a goddamn light gun. It's not quite my speed to begin with. Like, I don't think it focuses as much on the humor. Like, as much as, like, I mostly play this game for the humor more than the perv factor. I don't think Galgun is as funny, but, I just can't get excited for a light gun game without the light gun. That is my main position on that. Sonic Resistance. Is that the confirmed name? I didn't think we had a name for that. What do you mean Sonic Universe? All iterations of the characters? Now that... It could be, but I don't know. I think Sega just realized that they should not have ditched classic Sonic. Which is kind of funny because they were trying to ditch even modern Sonic with the Sonic Boom thing, and that just went to shit. I really hope they stop leasing out. Well, Dimps is okay, but they can't keep giving Sonic to random developers like Big Red Button and stuff. And they also can't release rushed games, but that hasn't really been a problem since 06 that I'm aware of. Dimps stuff works pretty alright. What the hell is that? Why can you post images in why does that autocomplete to an image? That's... Huh. I think that's Restreamio being helpful by expanding that. Yeah, I don't mind seeing classic Sonic back. I don't mind modern Sonic as long as it's like Sonic Adventure Sonic, you know, not kissing humans and stuff. But I think bringing back classic Sonic is good for a number of reasons. Like, it shows that they, you know, well, Sonic Mini in general shows they realize, oh hey, we'd like good things that we used to do and we'll make more of it. Yes, the Sonic Cinematic Universe. Excuse you. Would you... It's always so boring when there's just a few left. Let's get going now. Speaking of movies, aren't they making a Sonic movie? Like, somebody's making a movie for Sonic. And Life is Strange. I guess Life is Strange, I could see that being a good movie. Sonic. Please don't. Feeling the hype. Generally speaking, the level 2 supers in this game are a lot more effective than the level 3s. Or the level 5s, I'd rather. Oh, it's the fan name. Sonic Universe. Yeah, they said it's a totally new game. Like, some people were thinking it was like Generations 2, but no. It seems like Classic Sonic is just playing back and is going to be in future games. Aren't they doing pretty well, like at least box office wise, with the cinematic universe crap? I don't really care about it. I don't watch movies. I mentioned that earlier in the stream, but I just don't really do too much passive entertainment. I have too many games to play to worry about just sitting and watching some stuff. Welcome to the stream, by the way, CPU Black Knight. I've been doing a bad job at greeting people today. Oh hey, I do have more viewers on Twitch now, finally. For some reason, I swear, I always get more viewers on YouTube and Twitch for this. It seems to sort of vary by title too, like with Until Dawn, I had mostly Twitch people. I actually streamed to Hitbox 2 now, just to see if anybody would watch. So far, no one, but just in case. I doubt Marvel cares too much about like accuracy or anything, as long as, you know, the movies make money and people don't complain too much. Well, you can get a PlayStation TV for like $50 and play this, so I mean, it's really not too hard to play games that are on Vita. Oh, Batman vs Superman. Yeah, that is that Marvel? That no, that's not Marvel. Why would that matter? Surely nobody's like trying to emulate Batman vs Superman, right? Everyone kind of hated that. It seems stupid from the start. I've always thought that would suck, and it sounds like it did. Depends on who you ask, I guess. I guess Sony making a game movie isn't super surprising, but not necessarily a good or bad sign. I heard meh things about Ratchet & Clank. I'm not too surprised. If there's any game movie that could have been great, it was Ratchet & Clank, but at the same time, it was a game movie, and I mean... Song of the Deep. I actually haven't played it since that video. I have a lot of games to cover, and I haven't gotten back to that or Headlander quite yet. I do plan to, and I was enjoying it. It's a teeny bit clunky, but I guess it fits with the underwater controls. I still plan to do, you know, at least play a boss fight in Song of the Deep before I end the series. Favorite character? Probably Riona. and Yozakura. I can't really pick just one, but those are I really like those, and Ikaruga as well. And Kafuru. Kafuru is definitely my favorite newcomer. But beyond that, it's kind of hard to pick a single one. Gotta love her little elephant. Block user. Yep. I don't know why people just wander in to try and get banned. My chat, like, it's not a super popular. Like, nobody's impressed. So I'm going to play Fairy Fencer F. I already played it a little bit. I haven't really been paying attention to the story, so I have no idea why she's in a dress now. I guess she's helping herself. I never get too many trolls in my normal videos, though. I don't know, maybe it's just a common thing to streaming. I hate to say it, but there's probably going to be a time where I don't put the chat on my videos. Or Renka. Yeah, I don't get too many shitty comments on my like VODs on YouTube, and I try to keep my YouTube stuff pretty clean, so, and I ban users who, you know, are jerks, so it's always surprising and annoying when people are idiots. Ruins and Karuga. Who's Ruins? Oh, Yona. Autocorrect. I actually don't know much about Kagura. I'm really worried Kagura will be a Mary Sue and be like the focus of the series, and there's the whole, oh, she kills 1 billion Yoma with her foot, and her name is in the title already, and I don't want that. I don't want her to be like, I already don't like Asuka because of how the marketing stuff, you know, forces her out, even though there's like a whole ton of great characters they could show as well. I feel bad about showing just the end of these stories, but I've already beat the rest. But, what was I saying? I don't know. I guess I should play her story before I judge too hard, but, I'm worried she'll have, like, the focus that, like, Neptune has in the Neptunia series. Like, as a character, she could be okay, but then she's like, I'm the main character, blah, 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 main character. It's like, oh my god, shut up. They added that to, Laharl in Disgaea 3, and it just like completely ruined my impression of his character like forever. So Ryoki is like fucking crazy, I guess. I guess she has like an S and an M mode, like befitting her sisters, and I guess the story is that, you know, she's stuck in M mode. She needs to chill. She has no chill. Unfortunately, even though I can ban people, I'm not sure how to clear people out of my Restreamio chat thingy. It's the internet, so we've all seen trolling before. I love the magic missile hidden in her shield. Poor Mirai. Actually, plenty of people like her. It's kind of funny that a lot of times people will be like, oh, you only like X character because of your boobs. And it's like, in Senran Kagura, the only character people like because of their chest is the flat one. Because everyone else is huge. Using a little inversion there. Oh yeah, I've played Danganronpa. I've played, well, all of the currently released games. I might actually watch the third anime, because apparently it's not just a bastardized version of one of the games. I'm very cross about the anime adaptations of the first two games. Her supers are great. Well, I guess her level 2 is okay against crowds. Yeah, I really like Danganronpa. It's just not. It's the sort of game that it doesn't really mesh with how I do Let's Play stuff. I guess I did alright with Valhalla, which isn't like too different in concept. The interactivity, but it'd be weird. Mirai's alright. I didn't used to like her, but I realized she's basically the Penguin from Batman, and that's pretty great. I don't really like that, like, the two flat characters both have, you know, chest issues, and that's stupid. Kafuru fortunately doesn't. She's the C cup, which is vastly below average. Crap. Wasn't watching my health. Am I level low? Stay depressed. Mirai's alright. Oh, you're level 20. Either I'm really bad with her, or I don't know how to, or she's just not very. Have I played any of the Hyperdimension Neptunia games? Either you don't know me or you're trolling. I've played all of them. It's one of my favorite series. It has its problems, but second one didn't get a bastardized anime version of it. Yeah, the prequel anime I'm interested in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like how the anime of at least the first one, I'm pretty sure, like, they cut out a whole bunch of stuff, and it's just generally speaking, I don't like games adapted to anime because you lose a lot, even in a game. You know, even in a. Wait, was that a second question? Favorite character? I would say my favorite characters are Vert and Noir, and well, also Histoire, Quar, and CC2 and Cave are probably my favorite makers. Like a lot of characters. Chica is also the best non-Histoire oracle. Not fair to compare any of the other oracles to Chica is definitely the best. Other than that. But I like Neptunia and this game are pretty amazing for being huge, like hugely character-focused games where I basically like everyone. The only characters I don't like in this game are Haruka, Miyabi, and Minori. Wait, not Miyabi. I like Miyabi. Minori and Hibari, the dumb cutesy ones. In Neptunia, I only don't like. Blanc is annoying sometimes. I don't like Neptune when she's doing the whole main character thing. Like, she's really good in Mark II. She's really bad in Victory. She's okay, but annoying in Victory 2. When she gets on her hold, I'm the main character, guys, and I'm gonna remind you of that every 20 seconds. Woo! It's like, yes, we know, shut up. It's like, she can be okay, but she's best in small doses. That's how I would describe it. But, my favorites of the CPUs would definitely be Bert and Noir. They fuck up Noir's writing a lot. They neglect Vert, but something ignoring its best characters is hardly new. And calm down with the comments. I will mute or ban if you get too stupid. I know it's a pervy game, but it's a very good game. Noir was actually planned to be the main character, and I guess they ended up going with Neptune. It kind of makes sense that would make like the most original the character TM of the characters as the main. No. See, this is the threat of the hard mode. They can take your health down pretty fast. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm gonna get any healing, am I? This is an oddly hard one. I might have to turn off. Oh, never mind. Easy mode just got turned on. Yeah, that full heal and max energy when you level up. It's kind of cheap, but I'll take it at this point because I was about to lose. Oh. I really don't like playing as Ryoki. Maybe it's this level, and maybe she's fine, and it's just this level is rough. But I'm not liking this one. What do you mean sucks? It was a Vita exclusive. I mean, all of the side games have been, you know, first on Vita. And the games are only on PlayStation except for the, you know, the PC ports. I don't know why people are, like, surprised by these things. People were surprised in the Grand Kingdom stream. Like, Japanese games are on PlayStation. That's how it's been for about 20 years now. You know, some stuff ends up, you know, portable stuff can end up on 3DS, but if it's not published by Nintendo and it's not like Square Enix or Capcom, it's probably going to be on PlayStation and fairly rarely other stuff. I guess last gen sort of confused people because, you know, 360, you know, briefly was good for Japanese games, but that's not the norm. Yeah, I wish they would port it to PlayStation 4, but it wasn't... Is PlayStation 4 out yet? I do wish they would start porting the new ones over to PlayStation 4, but at the time, I'm pretty sure PS4 wasn't out yet. And they had issues on the PS3, so I can kind of see why they didn't put those games on PS3. Yeah, I am disappointed that Sega Hard Girls and stuff isn't on PS4. I would like that, like, especially since if you're gonna port a game to the West, which you like, there's no excuse for not localizing things anymore. It really helps to have a PlayStation 4 version, because people whine when stuff is only on Vita. I'm not mad at you specifically if this sounds like a rant, but I just think people are a little too biased regarding Vita, especially when, like, you can get a Vita TV for like $50 and play like dozens of exclusive games, and people are still like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want that. They're literally that pumpkin guy. I do not like Ryoki, and I object to having to finish this story. This is quite possibly... This is less fun to play than Hibari, frankly. Out of the Danganronpa characters, I would definitely say Chiaki. I usually have a rough time picking favorites, but Chiaki is just so good, and there's lots of good characters, but I can't even think of a solid second. Like, there's a lot of good characters, like Sakura and oh, for Pete's sake, Sakura and Detective Girl Kagiri. She's really great, but no one is as good as Chiaki. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn down the difficulty because Ryoki sucks. And or this level sucks, but whatever. That's cool. I enjoyed just about everyone in this game, but Ryoki is not doing it for me. Maybe it's because all these enemies are freaking blocking, and blocking is really annoying. Yeah, Kagiri. Neptunia U, yeah, it would be cool, but I kind of doubt they'll go back and port. They haven't, aside from the PC ports, they haven't ported anything. I guess, in a way, the remakes. It would be cool if we had a PlayStation 4 Neptunia U or Blanc vs. Zombies. Kind of doubt it, though. Yeah, it is definitely this game, but with Neptunia characters, because it's also made by Tamsoft. It's unfortunately not as good as this game. I kind of wish what they would do is just add an official Neptunia crossover DLC to Estival Versus. Because, I mean, the game's all here. And, you know, just shove the Neptunia crew in here, give them some good levels, and let me use them online and stuff. I think I would honestly like that more than I like Neptunia U. It wasn't bad. It was probably the best of the side games, really. But, it just had so many problems that Senran Kagura already solved. It's like, I knew Tamsoft and Idea Factory could do better than that. I just feel like the side games don't quite get enough budget. Maybe Ryoki has some really good attack that I'm not using. Like, well, that one actually seems pretty good. One downfall of this game is that, you know, there's so many characters, it's easy to not really get used to everyone. Were there any cases that stumped me? I'm pretty sure everyone was stumped by that one case in Danganronpa 1. Can't really give spoilers. Actually, usually I figured it out mid-trial, really. The first case is just pathetic in Danganronpa 1. Like, really? And it was so pathetic that no one else calls out, like, how easy it is, like, how obvious it is, what happened. But, what is really cool about the first case in Danganronpa, though, apparently they had a demo that went through the first case, but it was a different murder. So the demo actually didn't spoil the main game, which that is really cool of them. Good old English. Would you people please go away? You are so boring to fight. Oh my gosh. This is probably the worst level in this game, I would say. Would you please? Would you please just leave me alone? Just let me live my life. I mean, my death, rather. Come on. Yeah, most of this game's levels are pretty fun to play, but there's a few enemy types that are kind of annoying to fight. The wolf girls that guard all the time. Well, they don't even always guard, but they are now. Though I will say, in Danganronpa, the only case where I had to look something up was that one case that involves that video game in Danganronpa 2. I have the logic difficulty on max, and there was one question that I had to look it up for. Otherwise, you know, I had fun solving the mysteries, but it wasn't like crazy hard. She really likes the happy things. I should try this shield attack more. Yeah. I think it's kind of a dumb joke that's pretty much run its course. I love Neptunia stuff, and there's certain running jokes that are alright. I don't think the series handles running jokes particularly well, though. Like, there's some jokes that would be alright if there was, like, one mention per game, but they really go way too hard on the Lonely Heart crap, which is nonsense, and, you know, like, obviously not true, and it's just mean and not funny and not true, and it's like, why do you even keep doing that? It's not good in any dimension, so cut it out. But I don't know, it's a mixed bag, but it's a lot more good than bad. I just wish some things were better. You know, for someone with a gun, I have pathetic range. Look at this. With Riona, it at least makes sense that I have limited range, because, you know, it's basically the muzzle flashes that are doing damage with her guns, and she does, you know, she does lots of really fast close-up attacks, but I just feel weak with Ryoki. This just feels bad. She said fucking. Good for you. I just got reminded there's very little swearing in this game. I guess actually Riona brings up the swearing amount pretty high, but Blanc's rage is kind of a tired meme, so I don't mind them calming down on that a bit. Oh, come on. I'm not going to say which execution is my favorite, because that's... Well, for one thing, it's not really something I enjoy. I mean, it's interesting and stuff, and it's hard to say any without spoiling, which I don't want to do. But I guess I don't really have an answer on that one. Stuff like Blanc's rage and stuff, I think is better suited to, you know, combat quotes and stuff. Dang, it's an hour and a half already. Fun fact, Riona is the older sister of the two younger sisters. That is, for no apparent reason, one of her main menu quotes. That was the last... Wait, no, that's only like the 3rd out of 5. I hope the other ones aren't. That level kind of made me not like Ryoki. Meanwhile, in this summer being awful, there's so much pollen, and it's making the roof of my mouth itch, which is... I don't know why that is a thing, even. And it's really annoying as somebody who needs to talk a lot for my primary hobby. Quality dialogue. Oh, I forgot you were a big... Calm down, Ryoki. I guess I should probably go frantic since she feels so weak. It kind of feels like paper. So of all the things they should have toned down on in Victory 2 was the stupid loner thing and the Neptune's main character thing. And if anything, they had the most main character crap in Victory 2. Though the absolute worst main character stuff is in Blanc game, where she specifically complains about not getting enough lines in the game, when she has the second most dialogue by far. She is the deuteragonist, even though it's supposed to be Blanc's game, and it's just infuriating. Teru would love this game. Yes, he would. So would, crap, I forget his name. Hamster Man. You know the one. I get that people don't like to change the names, but I really did have a massive amount of trouble remembering most people's names, or learning most people's names in Danganronpa. Even with the nicknames that NIS added, which I think was a good move, really. Like, it helped me remember Asahina, because they call her Hina. Makes sense. Yeah, I could not name the fat hamster man If you had a gun to my head, I have no idea what his name is anymore. I mean, it's been like a year or two since I played. Oh, and I love that they have Daddy Makuras and crap in these stalls and stuff. I think some of these are official merchandise. Cute little bit of self-awareness here. Down here, bird. Nobody likes your style. I will say though, even though I complained that people are biased against Vita-only stuff, and I really do wish they would always make, you know, when you make a PS Vita game, I wish they would always make a PS4 game. It's like, it's actually kind of ideal because, I mean, a really good-looking PlayStation Vita 30 FPS game ends up being a really smooth and still good-looking PS4 game at 1080p, 60 frames per second. It's like a very good, like, I don't know, it just, the amount of power, the power levels seem to match up very well to port a game and have not much trouble hitting, you know, the resolution and frame rate standards. Meanwhile, Sony is going to ruin everything with, you know, 4K 30 frames per second or less games, probably. I really wish the place, I don't mind the PS4K, or the PS4 Neo, or whatever they're gonna call it. I don't mind the whole aspect of eternal backwards compatibility, because I've thought we needed that for a long time. But I really don't like the focus on 4K. It is not time for 4K. It's just going to result in a lot of 30 frames per second games. When we could have, you know, we can finally have a console generation where everything is 30 or 60 frames per second, and they're throwing that away, and that just sucks. It seems like only Noir was lucky enough to get a game without Neptune's name stuck on it. Hopefully we'll eventually get an actual Vert's game. It sounds like they're sort of hinting that Cyber Dimension will at least include Vert more than usual, and I hope they're not screwing around with us on that. But Vert needs a lot more love in the main, you know, the writing stuff, and there's so much they could do with her. It's kind of weird, but Hyperdimension Neptunia Mark II actually kind of did Leanbox the best. I think one thing they really need to do for Leanbox is just bring Chica back. Nobody cares about the other Oracles. Let their fans, you know, eat crap. Bring back Chica and leave the other ones, because, I mean, Vert deserves, you know, Leanbox deserves a second representative. It solves a lot of problems by bringing Chica in. And Chica is just by far the best Oracle. You can't really include Histoire in comparing the Oracles. Compared to Mina and Kay, she is just on a whole nother level. Left. Oh, it's left. Yagyu is a first year? No way. I do love her level 5. She just brings out her own coffin and beats people up with it. That is hardcore. Alright, that's the point of this for that. Ah, come on. They do a really good job with the convenient censorship for the scroll parts. Kind of weirds me out that Yagyu uses a squid friend for her attacks, but she talks about eating squid all the time. I guess it's a pretty Japanese thing to just, you know, consider all sea or all ocean life to be food, but it's weird when you have a fish friend, but you also talk about eating fish. And I'm not like, I'm not a vegetarian or anything, it's just awkward. I mean, she's got a squid friend right there. Ah, no, dang it, Asuka. I kind of miss the chibi sensors for the boobs, though. Those were cute. They were too low res, so they were kind of ugly in Shinobi Versus. But they could have just given us higher res ones. There's a little less personality to the stupid, you know, generic light beams. You generally want to take out Yagyu first because of the... She can freeze you and she has ranged attacks. One of the more annoying characters to fight. There we go. Less health, Renka. Oh. When is Sega Hard Girl's release date anyway? Looking forward to that, but I'm also a little worried, like I mentioned before. Speaking of a little worried, Valkyrie Drive, which I streamed before, also by Tamsoft, they have a different localizer, and I haven't heard back from their PR department on that. I was hoping to review that, but the localization, since I played the original, haven't heard back from them. OTP. The Puru Puru finishes they added are really good. Western fans don't know how good they have. They've added a lot of post-release content to this game. They added a whole bunch of situational finishers, like the Dekimakura thing there. And a lot of them are a lot funnier than the original ones were. Unfortunately, the disable stripping stuff doesn't disable the situational finishers, so you can't actually prevent nudity in the game. I kind of wish they would. I would never use that option, but it'd be nice to have. Sometime in the fall. Yeah, it's about all I knew of. Isn't this alternate personality shit kind of weird? Just kick her in the halo and she'll be fine. Oh, you fucking right. It's entertaining, isn't that more important? I wasn't expecting the fourth wall breaks from Dead Girl, but I guess if anyone was gonna break the fourth wall. Also, I'm wondering, with the Sega Hard Girls release, if there'll be an option to have European Dreamcast in the US version. Because they actually made her blue for the European version. Orange is obviously the correct color, but it would be interesting if they added that just, you know, for fun. Blue Dreamcast is obviously the Bizarro World version. For you crazy Europeans. We're probably all asleep, so you can't hear me insulting you. It's fun. But yeah, apparently there's some legal troubles they had, like some complete bullshit legal troubles. But licensing, not licensing, like trademark stuff is always bullshit, so no surprises there. I'm not like actually mad at Sega, but it's dumb that it had to happen. YouTube got very quiet. YouTube chat. I don't think anybody's watching on Hitbox. I just added Hitbox stream just because it doesn't affect me negatively anyway, so why not try it? I think we're almost done here. I think after her story, I think I just have Haruka's left. Ah, good. My insults have not been wasted. Seriously though, I would have gone mad. Well, I guess I wouldn't have known how bad it was, but it's just a shame how messed up European console retro gaming stuff was. Like, the PAL 60 or 50 frames per second or 50 hertz stuff was awful. Like, I've heard like the Sonic music just sounds straight up drunk, and a bunch of games have a bunch of glitches because of the 50 frames per second issue. If you're not familiar, in the 90s and stuff, they had a different video standard for Europe because of their power stuff. So everything was 50 hertz instead of 60, and most games were made in either Japan or America, so everything was intended to be 60 frames per second. So you ended up getting a lot of games that are slightly broken, or the music was slightly slow, or things didn't work right. And getting Excalibur 2 in Final Fantasy IX is actually literally impossible, unless you do a glitch to reset the timer in Europe, because the timing is so tight on that stupid trophy, or not trophy, but that stupid unlock, and the 50 hertz issue just makes it actually impossible. Oh, you're playing V2? Cool. How is the PC port for that anyway? At least, I assume you're playing the PC port if you're playing this late. I need to get back to that and play the DLC characters. I was so disappointed it took them so long to get the DLC characters out, because they were already out in Japan, and they just drug their feet forever. I don't know what was up with that. Because I never played the DLC stuff in Victory, because NIS, they like to do this thing where they mimic the Japanese DLC release schedule. And I hate that, because by the time the DLC is out, I'm done playing. And since it's a single-player game, I don't really feel the compulsion to come back and play it. Exceed at least kind of speeds it up. Like, I think it only took them about a month to come out with all the DLC for this game. But still, I prefer how Idea Factory usually does it, and they just release it all at once. The DLC. Oh, you're on PS4? That's fine too. I was just wondering, because I don't have the PS4 or the PC version. Excuse me! Don't spawn behind me! I need to go back to the PS4 version and play God Eater and all the DLC characters. I don't like any of the DLC characters as much as I've liked previous ones. Like, CC2 and Cave were amazing. The current crop are kinda eh. Especially Millie. I do not like her personality at all. She's basically a harem protagonist, and if you know me, I despise those. So, I'm not liking her. I actually like her little fairy a lot better than her. Her fairy is super cute and has a great design, and she's just a walking garbage can with a nice crown. God Eater seems alright. Her design is basically that one God Eater character that everyone likes, which... And I'm kind of disappointed that Nitro Plus just isn't literally Super Sonico, because that would have made so much sense and been so perfect, but no. Apparently people really like her, so I guess maybe it's not all bad, but I don't know. I don't like anyone as much as I like CC2 and Cave, because CC2 is so great because she's just literally a dot hat character. She's so good. Damn it, stop that. Oh yeah, the Noir makers are really good. I'm amazed they invented so many new characters of such quality for that game. Especially since it's like pretty standard SRPG. I've heard it's not really super impressive. That's the one game I haven't beaten yet, aside from the original PlayStation 1, Neptunia 1. I sort of started playing it on my Vita recently, but I just got Sharon the Wanderer, so I'll have to play that first. It's a shame, because Noir's my favorite character, but that secretary kind of ruins everything. You beat it 7 times? I've only beaten it, well, I've probably beaten it about 7 times between the Japanese and English versions. But, thank you, best girl. Aw. Oh. Yeah, I've heard the platinum is ridiculously bad for Noir's game. That's one thing I really wish. It seems to be a Japanese developer thing where they just deliberately make the platinum awful. Yeah, I really wish they would not do that. It doesn't serve anyone. Perfect logic. This is very good. Doesn't work that way. Why not? That's bullcrap. Yeah, I'm not gonna go for the platinum in Noir's game, unfortunately. I have most of the platinums in the series, but there's a few that are a little frustrating, especially since I've started doing more review stuff. I don't really have too much time for stuff. Last. YouTube keeps saying I have orange stream health, which is like slightly bad. Is anyone having actual issues? I assume not, but I don't know why you can't just immediately skip that. It has to play for about 10 seconds. This ending? What do you mean? Ryoki isn't, you know, around forever, so they just try to sort of make the most of the time they have together. I think I only have Haruka's missions left, so I guess I'll finish those up and we'll call it a stream, because that's... I don't usually go over 2 hours, so... I've unlocked anything. Apparently A's are very hard to get. Does anyone know what the star is for? I never figured that out. Like, it's in addition to your score, and I seem to almost always get it, but I don't know what it's for. Huh. Just my least favorite character. In another episode, do you feel any sympathy for the Warriors of Hope? Nope. I am actually really annoyed that... I guess I can't spoil her, but... No, I think they deserved a lot worse than they end up getting. They are complete garbage. Yeah, there's some justifications, and the writing is alright around some of that, but they wussed out, frankly. Speaking of, I was supposed to do a review for that. I ended up... Ugh. I do have a bunch of games that I want to go back and do written reviews for, but That's sort of a future goal at this point. I'm trying to get to it this year, but time to transform. I don't entirely mind Haruka's gimmick, but she takes it way too far, and they let her totally ruin a chapter of the story in this game, and she says some truly disgusting shit in the start of Senran Kagura 2. She's just a genuinely awful person, honestly, which is really weird because they make this whole point of evil shinobi not really being evil, and I mean, there's really not too much difference between the two, but then Haruka says some awful garbage, so I don't know. Every game's got to have a worse girl, though. Yeah, you can safely ignore her story. It's gonna be awful. She's just gonna keep being a garbage human being like she always is. Unfortunately, I was close to beating this, and of course I put my least favorite characters at the end, so it's kind of why Ryoki and Haruka were at the end here. I did Riona's like almost first, I think. One of my favorites. I probably should have just put this on easy so I could power through it, but oh yeah, getting back to Valkyrie Drive, my well, I have multiple complaints, but my biggest problem with that game is that the hard mode, for one thing, it's too easy, but it also just makes the game slower. It doesn't really make it harder. Enemies take a lot longer to get taken down, but otherwise it's not really harder in any other meaningful way. It's just slower. And bleh. So I ended up, like, I was thinking the game was too easy, but I ended up playing it on lower difficulties towards the end. But yeah, it was just too slow, so I couldn't play it on the harder difficulty. And the harder difficulty wasn't any more fun. Look at this. She's stuck. Get out of here. Aw, I hate these freaking mutant ninja turtles over here. They were the absolute worst in Shinobi Versus because they block all the damn time. Now they don't block as much, but when they do that, that running around on their shell thing, they can waste a lot of time. Because you can't knock them out of that, I don't think. I probably will turn this down to medium difficulty so we get through it a little faster. I don't even really enjoy playing Haruka either. I don't find her supers any fun. Actually, I think her Frantic is better because she throws these vials that do status effects, so I think her Frantic is actually a lot more fun. Her supers are just so boring. I'm sorry I couldn't show you Best Girl in this stream, but I might do some of the DLC or something. Well, hopefully I'll do that 4-player cooperative multiplayer thing if I can get a full team. I know Johnny Boy SP in the chat is up for that. So you can find a couple other people. Shut up. I don't mind, like, most of the stuff in this game, really, you know, it's pervy, but it's not really gross in how it goes about things. Haruka, and to a lesser extent Katsuragi, they're plain old gross. And I can excuse Katsuragi to some extent. Haruka, no, she's just gross. I hate her. In fact, she's probably worse than Dorothy, who I've been complaining about constantly in Valhalla. Because at least everything, gross as it is totally consensual with Dorothy. Character development of Toko. Oh, yeah, I actually really like Toko in another episode. She is actually probably my least favorite character, other than maybe... No, there's actually some comedy value, at least, in Hamster Man. But she's probably my least favorite character. No, that's hard to say. But I don't like her very much in Danganronpa 1. I really like her. She works really well with the main character in another episode. Their interactions really make the game. Like, the overall plot isn't as good as a main Danganronpa game. I think they did pretty good, though. I think people are a little harsh on it. But their interactions are really great. Oh crap, I'm about to get KO'd. What is in the box? Uh-oh. Something, please have health. Health! Crap. You have no. Aw, oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, we're going down to medium difficulty. Yeah, Toko is way less disgusting when played for laughs, at least. I don't like how she's handled in the first game. So I think I pick continue. Itchy. There's so much pollen this year too. It's not enough that there's, you know, awful heat. You gotta have the pollen too. Parker doesn't help. He's a beautiful cat, but having long hair has some drawbacks. You know, quite possibly my favorite thing about this game is that the whole Asuka Homura wank is like non-existent in this game. In fact, I don't... If you play Homura at all in the main story of this game, it's only once. I think it may be 0. But she is just not used at all, and it's like, it's a staple of the series to have a big, boring showdown between Homura and Asuka, and they're like, oh my gosh, we are friends, and we fight because we are friends, and that's what friends do, and Shinobi are great because they fight. It's just the same garbage barfed out over and over for about 20 minutes, and it's in every single game except for this one. It's like, don't. Just don't. They're not even a good ship. I mean, frankly, no. They're just... It's just Sonic and Shadow. That's all it is. I have no interest in that. And it's just a shame because I like Haruka in theory. Or not Haruka. I hate Haruka. Homura in theory. Her tan is nice, though I wish the only brown-skinned girl in the game wasn't just because of a tan. She has the exact same skin color as everyone else. Well, I mean, there's some slight variation in skin color, like Yumi is really pale, but you have to actually go to the new wave girls to get anyone with like naturally dark skin. Sucks. Yeah, okay, yeah, you fight or you play as Homura literally once. I think you play as everyone at least once, and few characters are actually in only once. That's something I actually really like about the main story of this game. They do not do the formulaic thing they do in Shinobi Versus. In Shinobi Versus, everyone plays once per chapter, and there are 5 chapters, and everyone has a designated rival on each other team. So everything in the game is extremely formulaic, and this game throws all of that in the trash, where it belongs, and just lets people fight and lets the story do what it wants to do, and it's a lot of fun. Haruka, like I said, ruins an entire chapter of the story on her own, but it's for an unrelated reason. She just does a dumb, summer, pervy fun game show type thing, and it sucks. But and I think a lot of reviewers only got to that part of the game because a lot of reviews' complaints don't make sense if you've actually completed the game. but Haruka gives a really bad first impression. This is the sort of game reviewers just have to hate to, you know, sound cool. So I'm not really surprised. There's a lot of genres that reviewers just don't do well in. Like poor shoot 'em ups. I love shoot 'em ups, and reviewers just do not. Oh, come on. I can't believe I wasted that. DRV3 not being part of the Hopeseek Academy ARP. I'm not sure what you mean. If that's related to the new anime, I have not watched the new anime, the Danganronpa anime. I will watch it when it is complete. I don't have time for that. Homie doesn't play that. Ugh, that Desu. Hate Desu. If I could just edit one part of the Japanese language, there would be no Desu. Though Oni-chan is pretty high on that list too. Why does that freeze? Oop. One of the things that could use some polish in this game is that certain attacks force the damage outcries to play way too often. That sounds really stupid, like that attack just there did. That is a really stupid attack, by the way. It's effective, but stupid. Yes, yes, get us out of this awful story. I do love that the robot makes that stupid parking light, or like, that sound that cars make in movies when they press the clicker. I've never heard an actual car make that sound. My car makes an entirely different sound. It's kind of interesting. There's a lot of stuff. There's a trope for this on TV tropes, but a lot of stuff in movies is totally fake and like doesn't really bear too much on reality, but it's internally consistent within movies. Like the coconut sounds for horseshoes. You know it's, you know what it is because other movies do it, but it really doesn't make sense in reality. And sometimes people, it's like reality is too real or something. It's like, I don't remember the exact trope name. There's a page all about it on TV tropes. And I'm gonna go ahead and go to Frantic. We finish this up faster. Depending on your character, these wolf girls are really annoying. Oh, that works. They run all around you, and if you don't have a good wide area of effect attack, it can be really annoying to pick them off. And freeze you? I did not know they were elemental at all. Ooh. What even is her level 5? Oh right, she just throws a bunch of magic potions. Oh. Sorry, you just have to hear me complain about Haruka. This is why she was the last character for me to finish, because I don't like her. She does at least have a nice change in how she plays in Frantic versus the other stuff. Getting stuck on level geometry. Pretty common Musuo problem though. It's hard to have 500 AIs at once in a game and have some of them not act a little stupid. sometimes that's part of the fun, like with Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Imagine a Musuo game, like, where you're the one person that, like, has a brain, and you're fighting, like, 1,000 people from Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. There's a lot of potential in that game. Excuse you. Finally. Of course we have to fight much better girl. See how much this actually does. Oh my god, what? Did she leave the area of effect or something? I hate your level 5 hurt. It's so fitting though, I guess, for it to suck. I do love this game and almost all of its characters. Haruka is just a major exception. I'm sorry we have to end with her. On the plus side, we'll never have to play with her again if I don't want to, which I won't. So she'll never plague any future streams again. Wonderful. Though I actually have to play a bunch of the story modes still. Because I had never played a bunch of the story in English. So I have to go through a bunch of that. So I guess that could be content for another stream. I actually cross-save. If you use cross-save in this game, you can actually import your Japanese save into the English game, which I'm not sure is even intentional, but it's awesome. I'm so glad that worked. I would have pretty gladly replayed the game, but it's still really cool that I didn't need to. Oh, I guess it does. Actually, never mind. No, it doesn't do decent damage. They have to be at exactly the right distance for that attack to deal, like, any damage. That is so bad. Stop that. Sake. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. You can't KO me. Okay, I need health. Oh, gotta make this count. Please, 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 please. Oh, come on. Look at that, she had 1 HP left. You can't do this to me. Do you know who I am? Come on. By the way, D-Gamer developer, are you an actual game developer or are you just a developer who plays games? I'm the latter myself. It would be cool to develop games, but I would need infinite money first. Come on. Alright, so don't use that level 5 super this time. Go away. Why does anyone trust Haruka? This is I call bullshit. No one would trust Haruka. That's right, Parker. Yeah. Oh. Sorry. Okay, you had to press a button. After you graduate? That'd be cool. I just work on boring but more practical stuff. It's a lot easier to get money. I wouldn't mind like hobby game dev if I like were to freelance full time and like do a lot more reviewing stuff. Then I would like be playing games already, but as is, I don't really have time. This is kind of my primary hobby, along with just plain old gaming. So I don't really have time to do all of the development stuff too. I don't really feel like coming home and doing more programming after work, because I mean, that's work, but it doesn't feel like fun much anymore. Oh, for Pete's sake. There you go. All empty. Come on. Oh well. Alright, hurry up. There we go, that's more like it. Oh, where is she? Ah. They try really hard once their HP is at 50% to transform. It usually works unless you're really on the ball. Look at who we could be playing as instead of Haruka. It's just embarrassing. Her is so good. Behind me. No, Yazakura. Garbage character you are, Haruka. Sake, stop freezing me. I assume characters with status effects that cause status effects are super annoying online. Already super annoying offline. Oop. Gladly cut any of that dialogue early. The Cage Puru finishes are just boring. I don't know why those are in there. The Puru finishes are only good when they're funny. There's an amazing Puru finish in the city level where you knock over a male stripper sign, and so they get covered with this, you know, picture of a man with like stars for nipples, super buff, and it's just a great finisher. This is the last level. Next time I might do the story levels that I have missing. It would unfortunately be in the middle of the game again, so you still wouldn't see the game from the start. Ah, it's you! No! Oh. This is the worst case scenario. My two least favorite characters at once. How awful. Sakura instead of Haruka? Sakura, I don't get why. Like Naruto Sakura? I know nothing about Naruto Sakura except that fanfic people have very strong opinions about her. Everything I know about Naruto, I know because of fanfictions.txt. I'm sorry, Naruto fans. You deserve better than that, I'm sure. But that's all I know. And a friend of mine that liked it in college, well, my roommate rather, and he hated the believe it stuff. I guess believe it is what happens when you, oh hey, this, well, I guess it's not exactly this, but part of this level is very similar to something in Valkyrie Drive. That's right, Parker. I'm not sure if you can hear Parker when he interjects. I hope you can. He's a very talkative cat sometimes. One of the things about Frantic Mode is you get an infinite square combo, which is useful but boring against big hordes. Rather just use a super move to take care of all of them, but I don't have a good AoE. Danganronpa. Oh, Sakura from Danganronpa. Yeah, my mind didn't connect that for some reason. Yeah, Sakura is awesome. I expected she would be like an awful joke and like possibly an offensive one, and it's like she turned out to be amazing. So that was an awesome fake out by the developers, or the writers, the whoever's. But yeah, Sakura is awesome. Like I said, she's probably my favorite. Oh, what were you doing over here? She's probably my favorite character from the first game. Oh, you can't hear Parker? He's much farther from my mic, so it probably doesn't pick him up very well at all. Speaking of noise, can you hear my fan? I turned up the fan, but it shouldn't be too audible. I hope. The cardioid pickup pattern is very, it's like a narrow focused pickup pattern, so it should mostly just get my voice, which is what it's all for. Once again, we fight one of the best girls as the worst girl. And also the other worst girl. What a mixed bag. Shut up, Minori. No one likes you. Oops. For Pete's sake, what an awful level 5. They have to be at exactly the right distance. Oh, crap. Shut up, Minori! What an awful character. Oh, it's buffering? Sorry about that. I don't really think I can do it. I have dropped slightly less than 1% of frames, but I think that's stopped. You can always try Twitch. I do stream to Twitch as well, and Hitbox. YouTube is usually the best stream, though. I forget what I said that you're all talking about. Shut up, Minori. You didn't even say anything, but shut up. Oh, hey! Wait, what? Oh, he probably spawned on top, didn't he? Here we go, now we're talking. This level is really underused. It's really big and cool, but we don't get to see most of it. There's this whole hot spring here. Cool that we actually get to use this against 3 Shinobi. That's usually not the case. It's usually only allowed for trash mobs. Fortunately, it doesn't live very long against 3 Shinobi, it seems. Okay, I'll let all 3 of them get around me, and then I will use this level 5. Oh, you're one of those people with totally different names on different services, huh? Look at that! She was right there! She was right there, and she didn't take damage. Bullcrap. Aw, for Pete's sake. Yes, kissing Haruka is an extreme punishment. I believe NATO banned that. Shut up, Minori. That's all I have to say to you. Kinda wish the Japanese weren't so obsessed with the embarrassed face. It's not really that attractive. Oh, you made your YouTube after your Twitch. I think that's the end of the Shinobi Girls' life stories. Not sure what trophies I have left to get then. Did I turn trophy notifications off? Or did I just miss them? Oh, there's one more. Ah! Oh no, we have to fight another best girl. So unfair. This is just cruel and unusual punishment. I hate that they try to sort of pair Haruka with Riona. It makes sense, I guess, but Haruka is still garbage. Oh, you can't change your Twitch name? I thought there was like some sort of thing. I don't know. I got Sir Tap Tap on both of them, so I don't really care. The only weird name I have floating out there is my PlayStation Network name, like everyone else. I don't like Haruka, but that one attack is really good in a stupid sort of way. Camera, calm. Calm yourself. I think you're going to request a Twitch name change, or I don't know. Like, I know there's a few people whose names have changed, but I think it might have like extenuating circumstances, whatever. It was a long time ago, but I actually had to talk to Twitch staff to get my Justin TV account moved over. They told me they couldn't do it, and it was like impossible to get the same name on Twitch because they built their database like a bunch of assholes, I guess. And but I filed a bug report and then they fixed it for me. Not sure if they... I think Justin TV shut down, right? So they must have fixed that by now, I hope. And it's kind of funny because Twitch is now becoming Justin TV again. Because they're allowing social eating TM and creative. Which I don't mind creative. Social eating's pretty stupid, but I mean, I guess it's not hurting anyone. As long as they don't ban visual novels. Like, if they're doing social eating but still saying visual novels aren't video games, that I got a problem with. If they're just allowing anything, I don't have a problem with that. It's the hypocrisy that would bother me if they are being hypocritical. Twitch is so anti-transparent that it's hard to tell. It's one of many reasons I don't really like them. Twitch has this reputation of being like small and friendly, and they really no longer deserve it. Especially not since, you know, Amazon owns it now. But they have not been small and particularly friendly for quite a long time at this point. They really do not deserve their current reputation. They still have all of the technical issues of a small and friendly platform. So, here's best girl. Who's that? Again. It has no effect on you. Excellent. She has defeated her. Sorry. Bumping off. Table of it there. Let's get this over with. Really wish I could just let Rihanna beat me up, but unfortunately will not give us a success. Meta Jolt. Haven't heard of that one. I'm mostly just on board with YouTube streaming stuff. They had a little awkward start with YouTube gaming. I wish they didn't keep the subscriptions separate. That's just dumb on their part. But otherwise, I really prefer YouTube stuff in general to Twitch stuff. I'll stream on both though because people still prefer Twitch. It's not really a big deal for me to support Twitch for now. Okay, let's try this. That's 5 bars of meter. I have no idea what Meta Jolt or Zipcast are. Competition is nice, but kind of hard with something as big as like... With stuff like Twitch and YouTube, audience is such an incredibly huge deciding factor that it's really hard to introduce a new competitor that isn't like something already huge in a different sector or something. Okay, I'm actually just gonna skip this because I don't care. So best. Yeah. Not even gonna read it. Give me my trophy. I'm not even gonna ask. Don't care. Just give me my trophy. Screenshot here. What? Was that the trophy pop-up that was trying to take a screenshot? Since when does this game doesn't block screenshot? Weird. Do I have trophy notifications off? That should have been a trophy. Paranoid now. On here. 92%, so I've been getting... I must have turned off the trophy notifications on accident or something. I need to obtain all the items. Oh, I know how to get that one. Now that I've beaten all the Shinobi thingies, Shinobi Girl's Life thingy, should be able to buy all those. Alright, here. I think I have that trophy notification turned off now. Trophies? No? Still missing something? Store. Huh. Dude's underwear. Oh god, no, really? From the panty lottery? Aw, man, and I praised this game for not requiring that. Hey, I didn't do anything to you. Shook the controller. Aw, don't tell me you have to do all of the panty lottery stuff. That later then. Oh. Ugh. I'm pretty sure I've bought a smile before. That's just always new, so you can see your little animation. They added that in when they gave her a 3D model, I guess, so people that you know, bought everything before that update came out could see her animation. It doesn't include the panty lottery? Then why does... Did I miss something? See, that wasn't... Did it? I tried entering shop with triangle. No? Try that, I guess. Fiona has no off switch. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Not sure what I'll stream next. I want to go back to Until Dawn at some point. I think I'll announce that one in advance since some people watched that like a very long time ago. But I'm hoping to just stream whatever I happen to be casually playing. Wait for Easter egg. What do you mean entering shop with triangle? I pressed triangle and reading stories in the very... Oh, I think I might have not gotten some proof finishes. I'm not sure what you mean by the triangle thing. If I press triangle from this menu, it just goes... I don't think I have all the proof finishes. I figured I would have gotten them, but I guess not. Oh! They still have 2D. Oh. Thanks for that tip. I had no idea you could get the 2D one back. Yeah, this is the original shopkeep. Does that anytime you shake the controller? Huh. Yeah, she used to be 2D before she was added as a DLC character. So can I get the DLC characters from... I have to go in the store. I'll probably get all the DLC characters later. I guess I'm gonna try to get the trophy first, the platinum trophy. But golden here. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll try to be streaming more. Not always Senran Kagura, just, you know, whatever I happen to be playing, basically. And with that, I will bid you adieu.